Welcome back to episode 28 of Art Book Reviews. This time we have some very old art books, back when video game art books were less of a thing. But these are for original release of Guild Wars, which I think was Prophecies, and Nightfall, which was a second expansion. I do not have the Factions one, or Eye of the North. I would love to have them, but they're not easy to get. So these came with the big giant collector's edition, big giant box of both this and this had its own separate one, so the factions. And they'd come with the art book, the manuscripts, and other bits and bats. So like I think this one came with some pin badges, which represented certain like elite skills. This one came with some soundtrack stuff, I think. Now, obviously, being a very old PC game, you can still somehow play it if you find a sealed one, because the server's still active. I found a sealed copy of the standard version of this game for like £2 in a charity shop, still sealed, and I played it for a bit. But obviously, these collector's edition would cost quite a lot of money at the time. I do not know how much they were. But what I do know is both these I got from XNO. I think I got this whole one. Was it this one? One of these I got for £10, but I think I got them to reduce it because the game mod disc wasn't in it. And then this one I got like for like £5, because if you get it without the game, the collector's edition box, because if it's open, the game won't work anyway. You can get the collector's edition boxes for Guild Wars super cheap. So if you're a bit clever and with eBay and typing in certain things, you can get these really cheap. So I recommend it if you're a Guild Wars fan or whatever. But we'll briefly go through them. So the manuscript things are quite interesting. They're just background lore and character stuff, and information about the world, with a few pictures and renders of the characters, which, if they were just the art book itself, I wouldn't be very good as an art book. But as a companion piece to the art book, because they come together, it's actually really cool. So you get the lore, this is about the classes, about the world, monsters. So you get the lore stuff. Sorry about that. Whacking the table. And this one is a nice big detail one, gives you actually some nice pictures as well about the deities of the world, some characters, loads of stuff. See all the information in them, and then the art books themselves are just standard concept books. Get some nice sketches there. Bit of information on that on some of these. Paper dolls, never heard that terminology before. But most of the pages are just images. Some of these like final pieces. Some of got like sketches of some of the stuff. Some of got a little bit of text. Bit of information about some of them, but yeah, it's some very nice little concept books. Maybe you could even say, maybe even borderline tier 3 here, with a little bit of detail for some of the concept arts. But you got a nice little range. You got monsters, enemies, some environments, some characters here and there. A bit of sketch work, which is quite nice. Some painterly stuff, some CG stuff. Ooh. And some final renders as well. What were the last few pages going? And the Nightfall one, which is the one that I played. I've only played Nightfall. I didn't get that far because I was quite far into Guild Wars 2 at that point. Probably a few years in before I played Nightfall, so it was a bit It felt a bit weird trying to play such an old game. I might go back on, because the account's still there. And Nightfall had quite an interesting story from what I gathered. No, some really nice. The god designs are very fascinating, Guild Wars too. And Guild Wars in general, I should say. Bonded with some work colleagues over Guild Wars. And some others. Very cooperative type of game, less competitive, and meant that environments were quite nice and people has quite nice community. But some nice kind of bit of data designs. Again, they're not too small either, most of these. Some are good, relatively sized. Again, not much to really say on these, because my opinion's a bit skewed due to how cheap I was able to get these. But it depends on the country, and I guess ones that you can find will greatly depend on how much you can get these for, and how. So my value is, if you combined these together like this, maybe £10 to £15, I would say, because you're not getting. Maybe I'm being a bit cheap there. You are getting quite a few pages with these, 100 plus. So maybe £20 each. If I'm gonna be nice. Guild Wars holds a lot of memories for a lot of people. You are getting some nice imagery there, such as a Finn. Just wish there was a bit more information in there, but don't say that a lot. Quite cool to see some old MMO art, and the manuscripts are really cool. I really like these manuscript stuff, because one thing, if you're not big knowledgeable on Guild Wars, is it has really good lore, really good backstory stuff, fascinating worlds with the deities and some of the monsters and the battle with the elder dragons and how many races fought them in the past and pretty much all of them went extinct because of it. One race betrayed the others and decided to flee, like leaving one of their race behind, and one race managed to survive, but they lost all technology and scientific knowledge and everything. So they went back. They went from being super intelligent race to a primitive tribal race. Interesting stuff like that. Very fascinating. So I actually probably enjoy these bits more than I do the art books. But these have been in the boxes for far too long. I might have to put them out. They are a good worthy flick for what you get. So if you are able to find these secondhand, sorry about that, secondhand collector's editions, I deeply recommend it if you can get them cheap. Nice little things. So yeah, probably tier 2 to tier 3 art books. I probably waffled on a little bit too much there. If anyone can find me the Factions or Iron North ones, let me know. But until then, goodbye.